Greetings and welcome. This is Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you are doing well. I remain humble in the presence of spirit. Trigger warning: the subject matters of a mature nature and deals with entertainment events. All cases, names, people are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. All numbers used in the case pertain to the case or context specifically and bears no resemblance to similar or same numbers you may have in your date of birth. All right, so here we have the Grammys, which took place on Sunday evening on the 2nd of February, the annual Illuminati sacrificial event where the shapeshifters, demonic demons, innocent humans come and showcase their fashion, celebrate their music, and what is hidden behind the scenes. So in this episode, we are going to look at when the Grammys was founded and see what numbers are relevant. And we'll look at this year's Grammy Awards. Now, we should remind ourselves that a lot of these artists are still burning to the ground, have lost a lot of property, all their evidence has been burnt. What I find interesting about young Smith here, with his dark castle on his head, every now and then, if you consider the implications of the Smith family handing over kids to Diddy and Diddy and Diddy Do, the Black Castle is what I would say someone is trying to tell us something. That all the ongoings behind the scenes are the equivalent of a dark castle and not as romanticized. I mean, we had one of those in one of their little witchy hats. I believe this one here on the right. I also had a general sense that this year's event was a little bit low-key than normal because there's a new daddy in town and all eyes on the satanic artist community. Dumped it down slightly, but of course, tailor-made, had her red dress on. Of course, we have to give a nod to the blood sacrifices that have taken place during this event. And of course, a lot wearing their gothic black shit. So Grammy Awards was originally founded in May 4, 1959. Before we get started, I'll put it in a blue block here. A community member, you know who you are, has sent me what I've been looking for actually is the calendar that these Illuminati, blood sacrifice, satanic puppets, they actually do have a calendar that they go onto if you weren't aware. It so happens that on February the 2nd is one of their key dates. And that is the same day the Illuminati party happened, giving out fake awards. And of course, we know that the Groundhog Day also took part on February 2nd. If you weren't aware, it is a Illuminati puppet show. So February the 2nd, Sabbat Festival Satanic Revels. Ooh. Sexual and blood rituals. Ooh. And of course, this is part of their winter solstice if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, February 1 and 2 is a ritualistic holiday for these motherfuckers, including sexual acts, blood acts, human sacrifice. No, they don't sacrifice humans in the 20th century, do they? Or the 21st century now, huh? So we know the main event happened on the February the 2nd, so we'll get there now. 67, very important for these puppet masters, 13-4, This I must share with you because I find quite hilarious actually. So it turns out these sacrificial people love the number 6, they love the number 7, and the number 13, because in some weird way, I don't know how they read numbers, but anyway, in some weird way, so 6 is the human, and I've mentioned before, 7 is like the divine human. Yet in the minds of these little blood vessels, 67 is them coming closer to God. Okay. So the Grammys were created May 4, 1959. We have the presence of a portal sequence here, 9 in the middle, always trying to play God. They think they're tapping into God, by the way. One day they'll realize what they're actually really tapping into. Remember, evil is even blind to itself. So while these, I don't know, there's a whole collection of them, either little puppets, clones, they're so monarched that they don't even realize who they are anymore. Trauma. So here we have the creation of the world famous Grammy Awards on a sacrificial portal sequence, 33-6. See here these fake humans, 15-6. They're all striving to be God. Now remember, this God is spelled with a small lowercase God. They think money and power drives them to eternal bliss. I wonder what the real ones realize once this has all happened, because once they agree, I have a theory. Once they agree to douse themselves, murder their friends, like we know Lottie Da, Lady Gaga. We know the story about how she sacrificed her friend to be in the industry. And yes, she is, even on the red carpet in this event, renewing her faith in those behind the scenes. Oh, I'm so privileged to be here. The sacrifice last night was amazing, she thinks in her head, while giving the interview of the serene, grateful artist. And then young Smith reminds us, ladies and gentlemen, just be aware it's not the Princess Castle that you really think it is. Sacrifice, 33-6 Grammy Awards. No. Intention. So on one hand, intention can speak 36-9, 27-9, 18-9 is all the artist numbers, music, yes, coming together, 12-3. There's a 7 around. They love 6s and 7s. They think it's their number, but shame, man. So there we see the 15-6 in the middle being surrounded by 24-6 blood sacrifices, human sacrifices, 24-6 as part of that cluster, 10-1 for the greater good, 39-12-3. So we have some monarch programming present here as well, 39-12-3, mass control. And unfortunately, if you are going to give yourself up to be part of the Illuminati blood sacrifice motherfuckers, the real people, now let me give you an example. In the case of Taylor Made, when she was decided that she's going to be a music industry and love all of this, there she is there, 21-3, because now they bring out this thing here, this gothic satanic doll called Taylor Swift, Taylor Made. And the real ones are actually taken out, and then the new puppets are brought around. Lots of fun if you accept the devil wish. So interesting, on the +9, we reveal this 13-4, this fight against good and evil. And in fact, it's the evil fighting good. And the evil think they're good, but the evil are not good. That's why, this talk about the one-eyed God or the one-eye bullshit. So you're only seeing 50%. That is why evil is blind even to itself. So they come here to play God, 18:9. The stack of sixes, blood sacrifices forever. Grammy Awards. So all revealed 42:6. This is what Nostradamus spoke about. The decay of moral value, 42:6, through music, through song and dance, and through the puppets, satanic doll puppets. 42:6, immoral acts, immoral. 33:6, blood sacrifices, human sacrifices. I'll remind you, if you need to be reminded, February the 2nd requires human or animal sacrifices, and whatever they pick, it's got to include sexual acts. Groundhog Day. Please excuse the free sound effects in the background. I believe it's maintenance day. Hopefully I can get through this quickly. So the day of the sacrifice, or I should say day of the Grammy Awards, February the 2nd. So February 1 and February 2 are regarded as their holiday. Now February 2 has a natural conflict, 2 plus 2 natural conflict, but it brings around their need for 13:4. So the best day to hold this year's Grammys was on February the 2nd. Well, I wasn't really aware of the 6 and 7 issue 13:4. You remember, I wasn't aware of their 6, 7, 13:4, because you recall when California was created, there's a lot of 6s, 7s, 13:4s, in particular 13:4s. California Dreaming, Vampiris, Blood Sacrifices, 13:4s, huh? Shame, man. So we know the Grammys was founded on a sacrificial portal, right? So I've got an energy reader for the Grammys. Look, the day before, which would have been the 1st, so I suspect that the actual sacrifices would have happened the night before or the day before, probably the night before. So we see, interestingly, the 15:6. As soon as I get this sorted out, we see the presence of 15:6, so humans behaving badly, little forgeries. This is why 15:6 is around. Let me reinforce that. All these people that have committed to go into and become big stars in the world of entertainment, not all of them are the real ones. Some are replaced immediately. And I would love to see the gasp on that person's face when that happens. Don't worry, here's your clone. We will puppet master this one while you suffer, you bastards. So here we go. Look at all these numbers. 33:6 the night before, the day before. So this is in there, February 1. So this technically would be February 1. Energy read. 33:6. 42:6. Here's the main chart where it all began. 33:6. 15:6. 42:6. They also love numbers. They also love numbers, but they get it all wrong. Here's all the numbers present. 32:5 speaks about destruction. So I suspect, and it looks like it went from midnight on this day. Well, there would have been rituals during the day. So rituals, but through the night into February the 2nd. So the night before the night of the handing out the fake awards, you have a 33:6 here. This is what was happening while everyone was dusting off the red carpet, the blood sacrifices. The red carpet, the blood sacrifices made. Hidden, 16:7, there's your sacrificial number, there's the sacrifice there. So by all accounts, I would say from sunrise on February 1 to sunrise on February 2, unfortunately, someone or some people were sacrificed, murdered. Remember, it's murder, murder. They are murderers. Hidden, 24:6. There's that hidden family number. Vampiris, 16.7, Vampiri, 17.8. Our reptile friends are also sucking on what's left. Here's the beautiful thing about the event, right? The Grammy event. So this is in the Grammy event zone now. 43.7. What is that telling us? 43.7. Made to look like made to look like 16.7, by the way, which is entertainment. There's a show going on, all looking nice. Looking nice. But it's made to look like that. But hidden 16.7 sacrifices, hidden 25.7. Even the universe is screaming. Fakery going on here. Human beings trying to conjure up our little god, G-O-D, small G-O-D, all of them, yeah, all of them. Day after, 17.8, 44.8, all by design. 26.8, disposing of what's left of those bodies. Disgusting. 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 These pigs. Look in the intention, 16.7. Now this is in the real. Non-energy flow, still in the real. So we have matches here, 16.7. 16.7 in the real as we take the dates, but hidden, 16.7. Look here, grouping in the action, 10.1. The 10.1 number is always around, huh? The greater good sacrifice. Here's California numbers again, 13.4, 22.4, 13.4, involving children sacrificed here. Motherfuckers. So while these guys and while TaylorMade was dancing like a buffoon, lots of male energy around her, actually, very male, which I find weird because the numbers don't indicate male. So what is going on there? Very male energy around her, but her numbers don't reveal any male energy. Why is that? While they were all picking up their fake awards, people had been murdered. It continued after this as well. The next holiday, by the way, and not to upset those lovers of commercial peak value, called Valentine's Day. And I'm going to be going through the calendar this year. The next date to be looking out for, unfortunately, for those that are wearing rose-tinted sunglasses, February the 14th requires a sacrifice on what's colloquially known as Valentine's Day. In fact, I'll drop a slide in so you can have a look at the February 14 next sacrificial moment in their calendar. So there's a 9 to 10 day gap. Remember, we discovered, if you watch the history, ancient portal shows, there's an 11-day gap where they overlap the sleeve. They can slip in and out on their portal sequences, demons. Don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. TaylorMade is a demon. All your favorite artists are demonic, satanic, practicing motherfuckers. And they use their numbers to try and pervert. Look here, I'm not joking. They are perverting it. Let me give you a good example here. 25.7, the universe is screaming. Something is very wrong here. 25.7, something is very wrong here. 43.7, made to look like. What is the intention? But let's have a look here. 42.6, creating immoral behavior. And who flocks to these tailor-made concerts? Teens, pre-teens, and funny enough, their bobbing parents run along in their pink skirts. We're going to dress up like Taylor today. Okay. Just remember, what you don't see about Taylor is all the blood around the mouth, blood all over her. You recall Southport massacre, the sacrificial killing of 3 young children. Taylor Swift, oh, it washed over me. I'm sure it did, honey. And what was washing all over her? The blood of children. What do we see in the Grammy Awards? The blood of children. So, ladies and gentlemen, when the teeny boppies and their parents run in tutus to the concert, just know, just know that they too are still fooled, paying lots of money. Taylor Swift became a new billionaire during her Erased concerts, lots of sacrifices going on there, blood sacrifices. And here we are in a restless place like the Grammy world is. And when we get to the Oscars, I'll be sharing that information as well. And look at these guys, eh? Fooling the world. Fooling the world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I'd just share that with you. A little bit low key this year compared to other events. There's a new papa in town. And of course, cockroaches, they are shimmering to the corners of dirt known as California Hills. And please share your comments and thoughts. I do appreciate it. Bye for now.